Preface. Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future by Ashlee Vance unfolds like a gripping thriller where the protagonist, Elon Musk, stands at the center of a high-stakes drama. The narrative weaves through Musk's life with the tension and intrigue, highlighting his relentless pursuit of innovation and his audacious vision for the future. The story begins in South Africa, where Musk's early life is marked by a turbulent family dynamic and a society entrenched in apartheid. These formative years shape his resilience and fuel his ambition to escape and make a mark on the world stage. Musk's journey takes him to Canada and then the United States, where he dives headfirst into the burgeoning tech industry. Musk's first major venture, Zip2, is a digital city guide that lays the groundwork for his future successes. Despite internal conflicts and power struggles reminiscent of courtroom battles, Musk emerges victorious when Compaq acquires Zip2 for $307 million. This success provides him with the capital to pursue even grander ambitions. Next comes X.com, which evolves into PayPal after merging with Confinity. The merger sets off a series of boardroom intrigues that see Musk ousted as CEO. Yet, like any protagonist who faces adversity but ultimately prevails, Musk benefits from PayPal's sale to eBay for $1.5 billion, solidifying his reputation as a formidable entrepreneur. With newfound resources and unyielding determination, Musk turns his attention to space exploration with SpaceX. The company faces numerous challenges, failed launches and financial strains, but achieves a historic milestone by becoming the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit. This success secures NASA contracts and cements SpaceX's role in reshaping space travel. Simultaneously, Musk invests in Tesla Motors, driven by a vision of sustainable transportation. Tesla faces its own trials, production delays, financial crises, but under Musk's leadership, it revolutionizes the automotive industry with electric vehicles that captivate consumers and critics alike. Musk's narrative extends beyond earthly ambitions with SolarCity and its integration into Tesla. Despite controversies surrounding their merger, Musk defends it as part of a larger strategy to create an integrated, sustainable energy ecosystem. Throughout these ventures, Musk's personal life is marked by sacrifices, financial risks, and personal tolls as he juggles multiple high-pressure roles. Yet his relentless drive remains undeterred, embodying both visionary brilliance and human vulnerability. As the book concludes, it paints a portrait of Musk as an innovator who dares to dream big dreams and works tirelessly to turn them into reality. His legacy is not just defined by what he builds, but by how he inspires others to reach for, and sometimes even grasp, the stars themselves. Enjoy the summary of the book, and thanks for listening. Chapter 1. The Diner. The seafood restaurant was quiet, save for the low murmur of conversations and the occasional clink of silverware against plates. Elon Musk sat across from Ashlee Vance, his posture slightly hunched, his eyes sharp and calculating. The man had an intensity about him, the kind that could make even the most confident person feel uneasy. He wasn't physically imposing, tall but lean, with a face that seemed perpetually caught between amusement and irritation. But there was something about him that made you sit up straighter, choose your words more carefully. Vance had been chasing this meeting for months. Musk wasn't exactly known for being open to journalists, and when he did agree to speak, it was often on his terms. But here they were, finally, sharing a meal and a conversation that would set the stage for one of the most ambitious biographies ever written. Musk had agreed to cooperate, but not before making a demand that would have sent most writers running. He wanted editorial control over the book. Vance didn't flinch. "I can't do that," he said simply. His tone was calm but firm. He wasn't about to let Musk dictate the narrative. For a moment, Musk said nothing. He just stared at Vance, as if weighing him on some invisible scale. Then, to Vance's surprise, Musk nodded. "All right," he said, "let's do it." It was a strange start to what would become an even stranger journey into the mind of one of the most enigmatic figures of the 21st century. As they talked over dinner, Musk's personality began to unfold like a puzzle with missing pieces. He spoke with a kind of rapid-fire precision, jumping from one topic to another with little regard for whether his audience could keep up. One moment he was discussing rocket propulsion systems. The next, He was warning about the existential threat posed by artificial intelligence. "You don't understand," he said, leaning forward. "AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapons." His voice was low but urgent, as if he were sharing a secret that could save or doom the world. It wasn't just AI that worried him. Musk had concerns about humanity's future as a whole. He believed we were at a crossroads, teetering on the edge of either greatness or oblivion. Space exploration wasn't just a hobby for him, it was a necessity. "We have to become a multiplanetary species," he said matter-of-factly, as if colonizing Mars were no more complicated than building a new subdivision in Palo Alto. By the time dinner ended, Vance felt both exhilarated and exhausted. Musk had given him plenty to think about, more than enough to fill an entire book. But he'd also left him with more questions than answers. Who was this man who dreamed of colonizing Mars while simultaneously worrying about rogue AI? What drove him to push himself and everyone around him to their absolute limits? And perhaps most importantly, what price was he willing to pay to achieve his vision? As Vance walked out of the restaurant that night, he couldn't shake the feeling that he'd just scratched the surface of something much larger than himself. A story not just about Elon Musk, but about ambition, innovation, and the future of humanity itself. And so began the journey into Elon Musk's world, a world where failure wasn't an option and where dreams weren't just dreams. They were plans waiting to be executed with ruthless efficiency. Chapter 2, Africa. Elon's story begins in Pretoria, South Africa, where Elon Musk was born on June 28, 1971. Pretoria wasn't just any city. It was a place entrenched in the rigid structures of apartheid, a system that divided people by race and opportunity. For Elon, however, the divisions that mattered most weren't external. They were inside his own family. His mother, Mae Musk, was a Canadian model and dietitian with an air of tenacity that belied her glamorous profession. His father, Errol Musk, was an electromechanical engineer with a sharp intellect, but a darker side that would cast long shadows over Elon's childhood. The Musk household was wealthy by South African standards. They had comforts others could only dream of: big houses, private schools, and even ties to an emerald mine in Zambia. Yet beneath the surface of privilege lay cracks that would grow into fault lines. When Elon was 10 years old, his parents divorced. The split wasn't amicable. It left scars on all three Musk children: Elon, his younger brother Kimball, and their sister Tosca. After the divorce, Elon chose to live with his father. It was a decision he would later regret deeply. Errol Musk was no ordinary man. He was brilliant but volatile, a figure who could inspire awe one moment and fear the next. Elon would later describe him as a terrible human being, someone capable of acts so cruel they defied comprehension. Living with Errol meant enduring emotional turbulence that hardened Elon in ways he didn't fully understand at the time. It also meant grappling with a sense of isolation that drove him deeper into his own mind. Elon's refuge came in the form of books, endless stacks of them. He devoured science fiction novels and encyclopedias with equal fervor, losing himself in worlds far removed from the chaos of his own life. By the time he was 12, he had taught himself computer programming and created a video game called Blastar, which he sold for $500. It wasn't just a hobby, it was an escape route, a way to channel his restless energy into something productive. But school wasn't much kinder than home. Elon attended Pretoria Boys High School, where he endured relentless bullying. He was small for his age and introverted, a combination that made him an easy target. On one occasion, he was beaten so badly by classmates that he had to be hospitalized. The experience left him physically bruised but mentally steeled. If there was one thing Elon learned during those years, it was how to endure pain and how to fight back when the time came. The cultural environment of South Africa during apartheid added another layer of complexity to Elon's upbringing. The country's rigid racial hierarchy and pervasive violence left their mark on him, though not in obvious ways. His father's anti-apartheid stance exposed Elon to ideas about justice and inequality that would later influence his worldview. At the same time, growing up in such a divided society gave him an acute awareness of humanity's flaws, a perspective that may have fueled his drive to solve global problems through technology. By the time Elon turned 17, He knew he had to leave South Africa if he wanted to achieve anything meaningful. Staying would have meant mandatory military service under the apartheid regime, an idea he found morally repugnant. So, he hatched a plan. He would use his Canadian mother's citizenship to emigrate to Canada and start fresh. Leaving wasn't easy. It meant saying goodbye to everything familiar: his family, his friends, few though they were, and the country that had shaped him in ways both good and bad. But Elon wasn't one to dwell on sentimentality. He saw Canada as a stepping stone, a way out of South Africa and into the wider world where his ambitions could take root. In many ways, Chapter 2 reads like the origin story of a protagonist in one of Elon's beloved science fiction novels. It's about more than just geography or family dynamics. It's about resilience in the face of adversity and the quiet determination to carve out a better future. Whether it was surviving his father's harshness or enduring schoolyard beatings, Elon learned early on how to weather storms and how to turn setbacks into fuel for his ambitions. By the end of this chapter, you can almost hear the echoes of courtroom dialogue, the kind where lawyers argue over what truly shapes a person, nature or nurture. For Elon Musk, it seems clear that both played their part. His father's brilliance and cruelty gave him an edge. His mother's warmth and resilience gave him balance. And South Africa, its contradictions and challenges, gave him perspective. As Elon boarded a plane bound for Canada at age 17, he left behind more than just a country. He left behind a version of himself, forged by hardship, but unbroken by it. What lay ahead was uncertain. But for someone like Elon Musk, uncertainty wasn't something to fear. It was something to conquer. Chapter 3. Canada. It was 1989 when Elon Musk, just 17 years old, arrived in Canada with little more than a suitcase and a vague plan. He had left South Africa behind, its apartheid regime, its compulsory military service, and perhaps most importantly, the shadows of his tumultuous upbringing. Canada was supposed to be a fresh start. His mother's Canadian citizenship had granted him a passport, but beyond that, Musk had no concrete roadmap. What he did have was an unrelenting drive to succeed and an almost reckless willingness to endure hardship. Musk's arrival in Canada wasn't exactly triumphant. He landed in Montreal expecting to stay with an uncle, only to discover that the man had moved to Minnesota. Alone in a foreign country and without a place to stay, Musk began what could only be described as a trial by fire. For months, he drifted across Canada, relying on distant relatives for temporary shelter while taking on back-breaking jobs to make ends meet. He worked on farms, shoveling grain bins and cutting logs. He cleaned out boiler rooms at lumber mills under hazardous conditions. The work was grueling and often dangerous, but Musk endured it all with quiet resolve. These early experiences taught him resilience, the kind forged not in classrooms, but in the harsh realities of life. Eventually, Musk found his footing. He enrolled at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, a decision influenced by both academic aspirations and more human motivations. As Musk later admitted with a laugh, Queen's simply had more women than other universities he considered. It was a pragmatic choice, cloaked in youthful candor, but one that would prove transformative. At Queen's, Musk began to come into his own. College was a revelation, a world where he could finally shed the social constraints of high school and embrace his intellectual curiosity. He majored in physics and economics, two disciplines that reflected his dual passions for science and business. But academics were only part of the equation. Musk's time at Queen's was marked by an insatiable hunger for knowledge and connection. He spent hours reading voraciously about technology and innovation while also honing his interpersonal skills. One of the most defining aspects of Musk's time at Queen's was his habit of cold-calling influential people he admired. Alongside his brother Kimball, who later joined him in Canada, Musk reached out to executives, writers, and thought leaders, asking if they'd meet for lunch or coffee. Remarkably, many agreed. Among them was Peter Nicholson, a top executive at the Bank of Nova Scotia, who became an early mentor to Musk. These meetings weren't just networking opportunities, they were masterclasses in ambition and strategy. Musk also started dabbling in entrepreneurship during his college years. To make extra money, he sold computer parts and built PCs out of his dorm room, a small but telling glimpse into the resourcefulness that would later define his career. He competed in university speaking contests with an intensity that foreshadowed his future boardroom battles. Even then, Musk displayed the kind of relentless focus that left little room for mediocrity. But life at Queen's wasn't all work and no play. It was here that Musk met Justine Wilson, who would later become his first wife. Their relationship began as an intellectual connection. Justine was drawn to Musk's intensity and vision, but it also hinted at the personal sacrifices Musk would demand from those closest to him. After 2 years at Queen's University, Musk made another pivotal decision. He transferred to the University of Pennsylvania on a scholarship. By then, he had developed not only the grades, but also the confidence to take this next step toward his ultimate goal, moving to the United States. At Penn, Musk pursued dual degrees, a Bachelor of Science in Physics and a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Wharton School. The combination reflected his unique ability to straddle science and business with equal prowess. Musk thrived at Penn. He continued to push boundaries academically while also exploring entrepreneurial ventures on the side. Along with his roommate Adio Resi, he rented a 10-bedroom house near campus that they transformed into an unofficial nightclub on weekends. Charging $5 for all-you-can-drink parties became their way of covering rent, and then some. The venture wasn't just about making money, it was about understanding people, how they think, what they value, which would become crucial skills in Musk's later endeavors. Even as he partied on weekends, Musk's mind never strayed far from big ideas. He wrote academic papers that hinted at his future ambitions. One detailed the power station of the future, envisioning solar arrays in space transmitting energy back to Earth via microwaves. Another explored the potential of ultracapacitors for energy storage. Yet another proposed consolidating all human knowledge into a single database, a concept eerily prescient of Google or Wikipedia. Musk's professors were struck by his clarity of thought and ability to connect complex scientific principles with practical applications. One professor noted how rare it was for someone so young to not only grasp difficult physics concepts, but also see their commercial potential. Even then, Musk wasn't content with theoretical knowledge. He wanted solutions, real-world applications that could change lives. By the time Musk graduated from Penn with dual degrees under his belt, he had already begun charting out what would become the defining themes of his career: renewable energy, space exploration, and technology as a tool for solving humanity's greatest challenges. Chapter 3 is more than just a recounting of Elon Musk's time in Canada. It's a study in transformation. Like any good protagonist navigating unfamiliar territory, Musk faced adversity head-on. Grueling jobs that tested his physical limits, academic challenges that sharpened his intellect, personal relationships that shaped his character. Canada wasn't just a stopover for Elon Musk, it was where he began laying the foundation for everything that came next. It was here that he learned how to endure hardship without losing sight of his goals, how to turn obstacles into stepping stones toward success. As the chapter closes on this phase of Musk's life, you can feel the momentum building, the sense that this young man from Pretoria is on the brink of something extraordinary. The courtroom may still be empty, the jury may still be out, but Elon Musk is already preparing for his opening argument, one that will challenge not just industries but entire paradigms about what is possible. Chapter 3 leaves you wanting more, not because it lacks resolution, but because it promises so much more ahead. Bigger stakes, higher risks, and an unrelenting pursuit of justice, not in a courtroom, but on Earth and beyond it. Chapter 4 delves into Musk's first entrepreneurial venture, Zip2, a company that would serve as the launchpad for his career in technology. This chapter reads like the opening argument in a courtroom drama, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and ultimate triumph in the high-stakes world of Silicon Valley. It was 1995 when Elon Musk, fresh out of college and brimming with ideas, arrived in Silicon Valley. The internet was still in its infancy, a wild west of untapped potential. Musk had planned to pursue a PhD at Stanford, but within 2 days, he dropped out. The allure of the burgeoning tech industry was too strong to resist. Musk wasn't interested in studying the future. He wanted to build it. Together with his brother Kimball and a friend named Greg Corey, Musk co-founded a company initially called Global Link Information Network. The idea was simple yet revolutionary for its time: create an online city guide that combined business listings with maps and directions. It was a digital alternative to the Yellow Pages, an innovation that newspapers could use to establish an online presence. Later renamed Zip2, the company would become one of the first to bring local businesses into the digital age. But starting Zip2 was anything but glamorous. The Musk brothers rented a small office in Palo Alto, California, where they worked tirelessly, often sleeping on futons and showering at a local YMCA to save money. Elon handled the technical side, coding the software himself, while Kimball focused on sales. It was a grueling existence, but their determination was unshakable. Zip2's early days were marked by skepticism from potential clients. Most businesses didn't see the value of having an online presence in 1995. The internet was still a novelty, and convincing newspapers to adopt digital tools proved to be an uphill battle. Yet Musk's persistence began to pay off. Slowly but surely, Zip2 secured contracts with major newspapers like the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune. These partnerships gave the company credibility and allowed it to expand its reach. In 1996, Zip2 received a crucial injection of funding from Moore Davidow Ventures, a $3 million investment that came with strings attached. The venture capital firm insisted on bringing in seasoned executives to manage the company. Musk was demoted from CEO to Chief Technology Officer, a move that stung deeply. Rich Sorkin was brought in as CEO, and while Musk chafed under his leadership, he recognized that the funding was necessary to take Zip2 to the next level. With new resources at its disposal, Zip2 began hiring top-tier engineers to refine its software. While Musk's original code had been functional, it was also messy, a tangled web that required significant reworking by professional programmers. This period marked an important lesson for Musk. Even raw talent needs refinement and collaboration to succeed at scale. By 1998, Zip2 had grown substantially. The company had partnered with over 160 newspapers and had become an integral part of their digital strategies. Its slogan, "We Power the Press," reflected its role in helping traditional media transition into the online era. Yet despite its success, tensions simmered behind closed doors. Sorkin proposed merging Zip2 with CitySearch, a competitor offering similar services but with greater national reach. At first, Musk agreed to the deal, but later changed his mind. He believed that CitySearch's technology and culture were incompatible with Zip2's vision. In a dramatic turn of events, Musk orchestrated a coup to remove Sorkin as CEO and reclaim control of his company. For a brief moment, it seemed like Musk had won, but his victory was short-lived. The board of directors overruled him and decided to sell Zip2 instead. In February 1999, Compaq Computer Corporation acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash and $34 million in stock options. It was one of the largest acquisitions of its kind at the time and marked a turning point in Musk's career. As the largest shareholder, Musk walked away with $22 million, a fortune for someone who had been sleeping on an office couch just a few years earlier. The sale of Zip2 provided Musk with more than just financial capital. It gave him credibility as an entrepreneur and invaluable experience navigating the challenges of building a startup from scratch. Yet it also left him with a sense of unfinished business. While Zip2 had been successful by conventional standards, it hadn't achieved the transformative impact Musk had envisioned. This frustration would fuel his drive to pursue even more ambitious projects in the years ahead. The twists abound in this chapter. From Musk's demotion at his own company to his failed attempt at regaining control, and finally the dramatic sale that catapulted him into wealth and opportunity. The story of Zip2 is not just about coding software or signing contracts. It's about resilience in the face of adversity and learning how to navigate power dynamics in high-stakes environments. Musk's time at Zip2 taught him critical lessons about leadership, innovation, and perseverance. Lessons that would shape his approach to future ventures like PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX. It also revealed key aspects of his personality: his relentless work ethic, his intolerance for mediocrity, and his unyielding belief in his own vision. As Chapter 4 closes on this chapter of Elon Musk's life, the tension between ambition and compromise, the struggle for control, the ultimate triumph, tinged with bittersweet regret. For Elon Musk, Zip2 wasn't just a business, it was a proving ground for what would come next. Bigger risks, higher stakes, and an unrelenting quest to reshape entire industries. In many ways, Zip2 is where Elon Musk's story truly begins, not as a billionaire tech mogul, but as a young entrepreneur willing to sleep on couches and fight tooth and nail for his place in history. It's not just about what he built, it's about how he built it, with grit, ingenuity, and an unwavering belief that even small beginnings can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Chapter 5, PayPal Mafia Boss, delves into the saga of X.com and its transformation into PayPal, a tale of ambition, power struggles, and the birth of a tech empire that would leave an indelible mark on Silicon Valley. The story begins in March 1999, when Elon Musk co-founded X.com, an online financial services company. Fresh from his success with Zip2, Musk was eager to dive into the burgeoning world of online banking. Armed with $12 million from his previous venture, he envisioned X.com as a revolutionary platform that would redefine how people handled money. It was one of the first online banks to be federally insured, attracting over 200,000 customers in its initial months. Yet for all its promise, X.com was entering a crowded field where competition was fierce and alliances were fragile. Musk's vision for X.com was bold but fraught with challenges. The company aimed to offer comprehensive financial services, but it quickly became clear that its real strength lay in digital payments. This realization set the stage for a pivotal merger with Confinity in 2000. Founded by Peter Thiel, Max Levchin, and Luke Nosek, Confinity had developed a promising money transfer service known as PayPal. The merger was strategic, a way to combine resources and fend off competition, but it also marked the beginning of a power struggle that would soon come to a head. Initially, the merged entity retained the name X.com, but internal disagreements about the company's direction soon surfaced. Musk's preference for Microsoft-based software clashed with Confinity's Unix-based systems, creating friction among employees. Despite these tensions, Musk returned as CEO after the merger, determined to steer the company toward his vision. However, his leadership style, driven by rapid decision-making and high expectations, led to unrest within the ranks. In September 2000, while Musk was on a delayed honeymoon with his first wife Justine, X.com executives staged a coup to replace him as CEO. It was a calculated move reminiscent of a courtroom ambush, swift and decisive. When Musk received word of his ousting mid-flight, he immediately returned to confront his colleagues. But their decision stood firm. Peter Thiel took over as CEO. Under Thiel's leadership, the company shifted focus entirely to PayPal's money transfer service. Recognizing its potential in the growing e-commerce market, Thiel streamlined operations and rebranded the company as PayPal in 2001. This strategic pivot proved successful. PayPal quickly became synonymous with online payments, offering secure and efficient transactions that appealed to both consumers and businesses. Despite being ousted from day-to-day operations, Musk remained involved as an advisor and major shareholder. His stake in PayPal ensured he had a vested interest in its success, even if he wasn't at the helm. By July 2001, however, Musk's influence within the company had waned significantly. He began looking toward new horizons, ventures that would eventually lead him to Tesla and SpaceX. The climax of this chapter comes with eBay's acquisition of PayPal in 2002 for $1.5 billion in stock, a deal that cemented PayPal's status as a fintech giant and provided Musk with $250 million from his shares. This windfall not only validated Musk's early vision, but also provided him with the capital needed to pursue even more ambitious projects. Yet beyond financial gain, PayPal's legacy lay in its alumni, the so-called PayPal Mafia. This group of former employees and founders went on to shape Silicon Valley through ventures like LinkedIn, YouTube, and Yelp. Their collective impact extended far beyond digital payments. They became architects of modern tech entrepreneurship. For Musk, PayPal was both a stepping stone and a crucible, a place where he honed his entrepreneurial instincts amidst intense competition and corporate intrigue. The experience taught him invaluable lessons about leadership and resilience, lessons that would serve him well in future endeavors. Chapter 5 weaves together elements of ambition and betrayal against the backdrop of Silicon Valley's fast-paced world. It captures not just the rise of an online payment titan, but also the personal dynamics that fueled its growth and nearly tore it apart. The narrative underscores how Musk navigated complex power structures while remaining true to his vision, a testament to his ability to adapt under pressure without losing sight of long-term goals. As with any good legal thriller where justice prevails despite setbacks along the way, Musk emerged from this chapter stronger than before, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead on his path toward transforming industries one bold idea at a time. By painting this chapter as both an entrepreneurial journey and a tale rife with conflict and resolution, it becomes clear why PayPal remains integral not only to Musk's story, but also to understanding how innovation thrives amidst adversity when driven by relentless determination coupled with strategic foresight. Chapter 6, SpaceX. This chapter captures the birth and rise of SpaceX, a tale of ambition, risk, and the relentless pursuit of a dream that seemed as distant as the stars themselves. The scene opens in 2001, with Musk having just pocketed millions from the sale of PayPal. But instead of resting on his laurels, he set his sights on the heavens. Musk moved to Los Angeles, drawn by its proximity to the aerospace industry and its promise of new beginnings. Here, amidst a landscape dominated by giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin, Musk dared to dream of something audacious, making space travel affordable and eventually colonizing Mars. Musk's fascination with space wasn't new. It was a passion ignited in his youth by science fiction novels. But now, with resources at his disposal and a burning desire to make a mark, he began laying the groundwork for what would become Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, SpaceX. The initial plan was modest yet ambitious: send mice to Mars as part of a project called Mars Oasis. However, after a frustrating encounter with Russian officials over exorbitantly priced rockets, Musk decided to build his own. In early 2002, Musk gathered a small team of engineers, many of whom were skeptical but intrigued by his vision. With $100 million of his own money on the line, he founded SpaceX in El Segundo, California. The company's mission was clear: develop rockets that could drastically reduce the cost of space travel. It was a gamble that many considered reckless, a David versus Goliath story set against the backdrop of an industry dominated by established titans. The first few years were fraught with challenges. Musk's management style was intense. He demanded long hours and unwavering commitment from his team. The pressure was immense. Failure was not an option. Yet despite the odds stacked against them, SpaceX persevered. By 2005, they had developed Falcon 1, their first orbital rocket designed to carry small payloads into space. But success didn't come easy. The initial launches were plagued by failures, fuel leaks, engine malfunctions, and other technical glitches that would have deterred lesser men. Each failure was a blow not just to Musk's finances, but also to his credibility in an industry where reputations are hard-won and easily lost. In 2008, after 3 failed attempts to reach orbit with Falcon 1, SpaceX faced its most critical juncture. Funds were dwindling. Another failure could spell the end for Musk's fledgling company. Yet, in true Hollywood fashion, where tension builds to a crescendo, the 4th launch succeeded against all odds. Falcon 1 reached orbit on September 28th, marking a historic milestone as the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to do so. This success breathed new life into SpaceX at a moment when everything hung in balance. Shortly thereafter, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract for resupply missions to the International Space Station, a deal that secured the company's future and validated Musk's vision. With renewed vigor and financial backing, SpaceX shifted focus to developing larger rockets capable of carrying heavier payloads. The Falcon 9 emerged as their workhorse, a reusable rocket that would redefine cost structures within the aerospace industry. Its success lay not only in its engineering, but also in its ability to land back on Earth after delivering cargo to space, a feat previously thought impossible. As SpaceX grew in stature and capability, so did its ambitions. The Dragon spacecraft became instrumental in ferrying supplies and eventually astronauts to the ISS under NASA's Commercial Crew Program. This marked another first for private enterprise. launching humans into orbit, a domain once reserved exclusively for government agencies. Yet even as SpaceX achieved these milestones, Musk's eyes remained fixed on Mars, the ultimate prize in this cosmic courtroom drama where humanity's future hung in balance. His vision extended beyond mere exploration. He envisioned colonies where human life could thrive independently from Earth, a safeguard against existential threats such as asteroid impacts or nuclear war. To realize this dream required more than just ambition. It demanded innovation at unprecedented scales. Enter Starship, a fully reusable spacecraft designed for interplanetary travel with capabilities far surpassing anything built before it. Starship represented not just technological advancement, but also Musk's unwavering belief that humanity's destiny lay among the stars. Throughout these endeavors ran common threads emblematic of any dramatic narrative. High-stakes decisions made under pressure, alliances forged through shared purpose, adversities overcome through grit and determination, all set against an ever-present backdrop of skepticism from those who doubted whether such dreams could ever be realized. Chapter 7, All Electric, The Quest for a Fantastic Future, is a gripping tale of ambition, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of a dream that would redefine an industry. The story begins in 2003, a pivotal year when Elon Musk, already flush with success from PayPal, turned his attention to a new frontier: electric vehicles. The world was on the cusp of an energy revolution, and Musk saw an opportunity to lead it. He wasn't alone in this vision. J.B. Straubel, a brilliant engineer with a passion for electric cars, had already been experimenting with lithium-ion batteries. His work caught Musk's attention through Harold Rosen, a legendary figure in satellite technology. Straubel's ideas resonated with Musk. They both shared a vision of a sustainable future powered by electricity rather than fossil fuels. Around the same time, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning were also exploring the potential of electric vehicles. Inspired by advancements in battery technology, they founded Tesla Motors in July 2003. Their goal was ambitious: to create a high-performance electric sports car that would challenge traditional notions of what an electric vehicle could be. Musk saw in Tesla a vehicle for his dreams, literally and figuratively. He invested $6.5 million into the fledgling company, becoming its chairman and largest shareholder. It was a bold move that would set the stage for Tesla's transformation from a startup into an automotive powerhouse. The early days at Tesla were marked by innovation and challenges in equal measure. The company's first major project was the Roadster, an electric sports car designed to prove that electric vehicles could be fast, stylish, and desirable. But building such a car from scratch was no small feat. The team faced skepticism from investors and the established automotive industry alike. Many doubted that a group of Silicon Valley engineers could succeed where others had failed. Yet Musk's involvement brought more than just financial backing. It brought vision and tenacity. He was deeply involved in product development, pushing his team to innovate relentlessly. His hands-on leadership style was both inspiring and demanding, traits that would become hallmarks of his career. As Tesla worked to bring the Roadster to market, they encountered numerous technical hurdles. Developing a reliable battery system capable of delivering both performance and range was particularly challenging, but Musk's commitment never wavered. He pushed his engineers to solve problems that others deemed insurmountable. By 2006, Tesla had built its first prototype, the EP1, Engineering Prototype 1, of the Roadster. The car was sleek and powerful, capturing public imagination and attracting new investors eager to be part of something groundbreaking. Yet even as interest grew, so did internal tensions within the company. Martin Eberhard, Tesla's CEO at the time, found himself at odds with Musk over strategic decisions and management style. These differences eventually led to Eberhard's departure, a dramatic turn reminiscent of boardroom battles where alliances shift unexpectedly. Despite these setbacks, Tesla pressed forward under Musk's leadership. The Roadster officially launched in 2008 to critical acclaim, but also faced production delays and cost overruns, a reminder that innovation often comes at a price. The financial crisis of 2008 added another layer of complexity to Tesla's journey. With capital markets drying up and consumer confidence waning, many wondered if Tesla would survive at all. Yet Musk remained undeterred, pouring his own money into the company to keep it afloat during these turbulent times. This chapter captures not just the technical achievements, but also the human drama behind Tesla's rise. A story filled with risk-taking entrepreneurs willing to bet everything on their vision for a better future. By 2010, Tesla had weathered its share of storms and emerged stronger than ever before, culminating in its successful IPO, which raised $226 million, despite ongoing skepticism about electric vehicles' viability as mainstream products. Tesla's success wasn't just about selling cars, it was about changing perceptions, demonstrating that electric vehicles could compete head-to-head with gasoline-powered counterparts while offering unique benefits like zero emissions and instant torque acceleration. Musk's influence on Tesla extended beyond engineering prowess or financial acumen. It encompassed marketing savvy, too, crafting narratives around sustainability that resonated deeply with consumers seeking alternatives amid growing environmental concerns worldwide. As Chapter 7 concludes on this phase of Elon Musk's journey with Tesla, it becomes clear why he remains such an influential figure within both technology circles globally today. Because he dared dream big dreams and then worked tirelessly until they became reality. This chapter weaves together elements of ambition and adversity against backdrop high-stakes world entrepreneurship, where every decision carries weighty consequences not only for those involved directly, but also broader society itself. Chapter 8, Pain, Suffering, and Survival, is a gripping narrative of resilience, where the protagonist Elon Musk faces a series of formidable challenges that threaten to unravel his ambitious ventures. This chapter unfolds like a legal thriller, where every decision is fraught with tension, and the stakes are nothing less than survival itself. The year was 2008, and Elon Musk found himself at a crossroads. The global financial crisis was wreaking havoc on economies worldwide, and Musk's twin ventures, Tesla Motors and SpaceX, were teetering on the brink of collapse. It was a time of unprecedented turmoil, where each day brought new challenges that tested Musk's resolve to its limits. Tesla Motors was in dire straits. The company had launched its first car, the Roadster, but production delays and cost overruns had drained its resources. The Roadster was an engineering marvel, a sleek electric sports car that promised to revolutionize the automotive industry, but bringing it to market had proven far more difficult than anticipated. Suppliers demanded payments up front, investors were growing impatient, and the cash reserves were dwindling alarmingly. Meanwhile, SpaceX was facing its own existential crisis. The private aerospace company had embarked on an ambitious mission to make space travel affordable through reusable rockets. However, after 3 consecutive failures to launch its Falcon 1 rocket into orbit, SpaceX was running out of both money and time. Each failed launch was not just a technical setback, but a blow to Musk's credibility in an industry dominated by established giants like NASA and Boeing. As if these challenges weren't enough, Musk's personal life was also in turmoil. His marriage to Justine Wilson was unraveling amidst the stress of his professional commitments. The couple's divorce added another layer of complexity to an already tumultuous period in Musk's life. This chapter captures the drama of these moments with vivid intensity. The narrative unfolds like a courtroom battle where every move is critical and the outcome is uncertain until the very end. Musk was fighting on multiple fronts, juggling the demands of 2 struggling companies while navigating personal upheaval, and yet he refused to concede defeat. The turning point came in late 2008 when SpaceX achieved what many thought impossible: a successful launch of the Falcon 1 rocket into orbit on its 4th attempt. This milestone marked a triumph not just for SpaceX, but for private space exploration as a whole. It validated Musk's vision and provided a much-needed boost to his beleaguered company. Shortly thereafter, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract for resupply missions to the International Space Station, a lifeline that secured the company's future and cemented its place in the aerospace industry. For Tesla, salvation came in the form of last-minute investments from Daimler AG and a loan from the U.S. Department of Energy. These funds allowed Tesla to stabilize its operations and continue development on its next vehicle, the Model S sedan, which would eventually redefine electric cars' capabilities. Throughout these trials, Musk demonstrated an unwavering commitment to his vision, a trait that set him apart from others who might have faltered under similar pressures. He poured his personal fortune into keeping both companies afloat during their darkest hours, a testament to his belief in their potential impact on humanity's future. This chapter is not just about overcoming adversity. It's about resilience in its purest form, the ability to endure pain and suffering while maintaining focus on long-term goals despite overwhelming odds against success. Musk emerged from this crucible stronger than before, battle-hardened by experience, yet undeterred by setbacks along the way. A protagonist worthy of any Grisham novel where justice ultimately prevails despite seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Chapter 9, Liftoff, is a riveting tale of triumph against overwhelming odds. The narrative opens with a sense of urgency and anticipation. It is 2008, a year that has already tested Musk's resolve to its limits. SpaceX has endured 3 failed attempts to launch its Falcon 1 rocket into orbit. Each failure has been a blow not only to Musk's finances, but also to his credibility in an industry dominated by giants. The company is running on fumes, financially and emotionally, and this 4th launch attempt feels like a final verdict in a high-stakes trial. Musk knows that everything rides on this moment. The Falcon 1 rocket stands poised on the launch pad at the Kwajalein Atoll in the Pacific Ocean, its sleek form silhouetted against the sky. For Musk and his team, this launch represents years of relentless work, sleepless nights, and unwavering belief in their mission to revolutionize space travel. The countdown begins, each second ticking away like the deliberations of a jury deciding a life-or-death case. Tensions are high. Every engineer knows that even the smallest error could spell disaster. As the engines ignite and the rocket lifts off, there is a collective holding of breath, a moment suspended in time where hope hangs by a thread. Against all odds, Falcon 1 soars into the sky, leaving behind a trail of fire and smoke. This time, everything goes according to plan. The rocket reaches orbit successfully, marking a historic milestone as the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to do so. It is a moment of vindication for Musk and his team, a hard-won victory that silences skeptics and establishes SpaceX as a formidable player in aerospace. This success breathes new life into SpaceX at a critical juncture. Shortly after achieving orbit, NASA awards SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract for resupply missions to the International Space Station, a deal that secures the company's future and validates Musk's vision of affordable space exploration. But this chapter is not just about technical achievement. It's about resilience and redemption. Like any good protagonist who faces insurmountable odds yet emerges victorious through sheer determination, Musk embodies these qualities in his pursuit of making space accessible to all. The narrative delves into the personal sacrifices made along the way, the financial risks Musk took by investing his own money into keeping SpaceX afloat during its darkest hours, the toll it took on his personal life, and the relentless pressure he placed on himself and those around him to succeed. Yet despite these challenges, Musk remains undeterred, driven by an unyielding belief that humanity's destiny lies among the stars. His vision extends beyond mere exploration. He envisions colonies on Mars where human life can thrive independently from Earth, a safeguard against existential threats such as asteroid impacts or nuclear war. As SpaceX moves forward with larger ambitions like developing reusable rockets capable of interplanetary travel, the Falcon 9, and eventually sending humans to Mars, the Starship, this chapter captures both excitement and uncertainty inherent within such bold endeavors, where every decision carries weighty consequences not only for those involved directly, but also broader society itself. Chapter 10, Solar City and Sustainability, unfolds like a thriller, where Elon Musk stands at the center of a high-stakes drama involving Solar City and the broader quest for sustainability. This chapter captures the tension and intrigue surrounding the rise of Solar City, its challenges, and its eventual merger with Tesla, a narrative filled with ambition, controversy, and visionary zeal. The story begins in 2006, when Solar City was founded by Lyndon and Peter Riv, Musk's cousins. Backed by Musk's vision and investment, SolarCity aimed to revolutionize the solar energy sector. The company's innovative business model focused on making solar power accessible to the masses through solar leasing and power purchase agreements, PPAs, eliminating the high upfront costs that had traditionally deterred consumers from adopting solar technology. SolarCity's approach was groundbreaking. By offering solar panels on lease, they enabled homeowners to generate their own electricity without significant initial investments. This model not only democratized access to clean energy, but also created a steady revenue stream for the company. As SolarCity expanded rapidly across California and beyond, it became a major player in the renewable energy sector, boasting partnerships with big businesses like Intel and Walmart. However, rapid growth came with its own set of challenges. The company had to bear substantial installation costs up front, leading to significant debt accumulation. Moreover, while leasing made solar accessible, it often proved more expensive over time compared to outright purchases. This financial strain began to show cracks in SolarCity's sustainability model. By 2016, SolarCity was facing financial difficulties. The company's stock had faltered amidst Wall Street skepticism about its profitability. Enter Elon Musk, already deeply involved as SolarCity's chairman and largest shareholder, who saw an opportunity to integrate SolarCity with Tesla's broader vision for sustainable energy solutions. The merger between Tesla and SolarCity was announced in 2016 for $2.6 billion, a move that sparked controversy and legal battles. Critics argued that the acquisition was a bailout for SolarCity, which was running out of cash. They claimed that Musk orchestrated the deal to save his investment rather than benefit Tesla shareholders. The merger faced intense scrutiny from investors, who questioned whether it was in Tesla's best interests or merely a conflict of interest due to Musk's significant stakes in both companies. Despite these controversies, Musk defended the merger as a strategic alignment of two companies with shared goals. He envisioned an integrated energy ecosystem where solar power generation, storage solutions like Tesla's Powerwall batteries, and electric vehicles worked seamlessly together. This vision aimed to accelerate the transition to renewable energy by providing consumers with comprehensive solutions for producing, storing, and utilizing clean energy. Following the acquisition, SolarCity underwent significant restructuring under Tesla's umbrella. The company shifted its focus from leasing to selling solar panels outright, a move intended to manage debt but also one that slowed growth initially. This period saw downsizing and strategic pivots as Tesla sought to stabilize its new solar division. This chapter weaves together elements, ambition, and adversity against backdrop high-stakes world entrepreneurship, where every move matters and outcome remains uncertain until very end. This chapter captures not just the business maneuvers, but also the courtroom drama that ensued. Shareholders filed lawsuits against Musk, accusing him of misleading investors about SolarCity's financial health prior to the merger. These legal battles highlighted tensions between visionary leadership and fiduciary responsibility, a recurring theme in high-stakes corporate narratives. Yet amidst these challenges lay undeniable achievements. SolarCity's initiatives significantly contributed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions by replacing conventional fossil fuel-based electricity generation with solar power. The company's innovations in solar technology helped drive down costs and increase adoption rates across residential and commercial markets alike. Chapter 11: The Future. Elon Musk stands not just as an entrepreneur, but as a visionary on trial before the court of public opinion. This chapter explores Musk's audacious plans for the future, a future that hinges on sustainability, technological innovation, and the unyielding pursuit of dreams that defy conventional limits. The scene opens with Musk at a pivotal crossroads, orchestrating a symphony of groundbreaking ventures that span from Earth to the stars. His vision is grand, almost audacious, to reshape how humanity generates, consumes, and even conceives energy and transportation. At the heart of this vision lies Tesla, not merely an automaker, but a catalyst for an energy revolution. Musk envisions Tesla as a linchpin in a sustainable future where electric vehicles dominate the roads and fossil fuels are relics of the past. Tesla's gigafactories are central to this narrative. These sprawling facilities are more than just factories. They are temples of innovation designed to produce electric vehicles and batteries at an unprecedented scale. Musk's plan is to build these factories across continents, each one a beacon of efficiency and sustainability. The gigafactories symbolize his commitment to accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy, a mission that transcends business interests and ventures into global stewardship. Tension lurks beneath every decision. Musk's journey is fraught with challenges and controversies. The merger between Tesla and SolarCity in 2016 is a case in point. Critics argue that this union was less about synergy and more about salvaging SolarCity from financial distress, a move seen by some as a conflict of interest given Musk's significant stakes in both companies. Shareholders question whether this merger truly serves Tesla's best interests or merely Musk's personal agenda. Despite these accusations, Musk remains unflinching in his defense. He argues that integrating SolarCity with Tesla creates a seamless ecosystem for sustainable energy solutions, a holistic approach where solar power generation, storage through Tesla's Powerwall batteries, and electric vehicles work in concert to reduce carbon footprints. This vision aligns with Musk's broader goal to make renewable energy not just viable, but preferable. Beyond earthly ambitions, Musk's gaze extends toward the cosmos with SpaceX. Here, his dreams take on an interplanetary scale. SpaceX is not just about making space travel affordable, it's about ensuring humanity's survival by becoming a multi-planetary species. The company's advancements in reusable rocket technology are pivotal in this quest, reducing costs and increasing access to space exploration. Musk envisions Mars as humanity's next frontier, a place where life can thrive independently from Earth. This vision is not without its skeptics, who question the feasibility and ethics of colonizing another planet while issues on Earth remain unresolved. Yet for Musk, these endeavors are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary facets of safeguarding human existence against existential threats. As the chapter unfolds, it delves into Musk's personal sacrifices, the financial risks he takes by investing his own wealth into these ventures during times of uncertainty, the toll on his personal life as he juggles multiple high-pressure roles, and his relentless drive that often borders on obsession. These elements paint a portrait of a man who embodies both visionary brilliance and human vulnerability. Conclusion: Elon Musk's story, as told in Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for a Fantastic Future, is a testament to the power of ambition, resilience, and unrelenting determination. It reminds us that the greatest achievements are often born from the boldest dreams, and that the road to success is rarely smooth. Musk's journey from a turbulent childhood in South Africa to becoming one of the most influential innovators of our time is proof that no obstacle is insurmountable when paired with vision and perseverance. Whether it was revolutionizing online payments with PayPal, defying gravity with SpaceX, or driving the world towards sustainable energy with Tesla and SolarCity, Musk's story teaches us that progress requires risk, sacrifice, and an unwavering belief in what's possible. His journey inspires us to think bigger, work harder, and never back down in the face of adversity. To those who have listened to this summary, thank you for taking the time to explore this incredible story. Let it serve as a reminder that no matter where you start or how many challenges you face, you have the power to shape your future. The world needs dreamers and doers, people willing to push boundaries and challenge the status quo. So take inspiration from Musk's example and dare to pursue your own fantastic future. Thank you for listening, and may this story fuel your own journey toward greatness.